Even on a not-so-hot day, we have some very powerful positive tailwinds. You just have to know where to look for them. For example, every time I see an earnings report from a company that has zero exposure to China, I get excited because many of these companies have tailwinds that are totally separate from the broader economy, the so-called macro that's talked about endlessly as captured by surveys and sentiment and blather from the Federal Reserve. But not everybody's hostage to the macro. Some industries have their own tailwinds, and you can still make a lot of money simply by identifying these trends and knowing which way the wind blows. We mentioned Steelcase and Herman Miller before. Now I want to consider the cases of KB Homes and a company called Jabil. Here are two companies I've always been very fond of, even though they've never been market darlings compared to their peers. KB Homes is, in fact, the most hated of the home builders, thanks to its very high debt position. Yet the underdog stock is now up more than 71% for the year. That's even better than Taylor Morrison, because it's positioned itself as a major player in the hottest part of the housing market, relatively inexpensive starter homes. As for Jabil, this is a gigantic contract manufacturer, a company that makes things for other businesses, whether they're talking about healthcare, consumer packaged goods, e-commerce, 5G, or energy, or retail. When you order something online, there's a good chance Jabil helped you with the packaging. You need some hardware for 5G wireless? Jabil will have first dibs on manufacturing. Healthcare on the wrist? Jabil. Despite all the doom and gloom about the broader economy, the truth is that our domestic economy, away from the world trade issue, is very healthy. And that's good news for these two companies. And by the way, this is not necessarily going to be affected by the Fed. It's not going to be because the Fed wants to cut rates. It's not going to be affected by even the impeachment stuff. I want you to listen to this quote from Jeffrey Metzger. He's the chairman and CEO of KBH. He says, market conditions remain favorable, supported by low interest rates, strong economic growth, high consumer confidence, and positive demographic trends. While demand is healthy, supply continues to be insufficient to meet home buyers' needs, particularly at affordable price points where we operate, which is our key element of our success. Simple, precise, making money for you. Given that KB Home saw 24% net order growth, and the housing glut from earlier in the year has now run off. Remember that was when everyone was so scared of these stocks. We told you, please don't be scared of them. Well, you've got higher gross margins and more runway than I've seen from the home builders in ages. What's really in play is affordability for young families, and that's going to stay because the mortgage rates are so low. All right, how about Jabil? Think about what they manufacture. 5G is in its infancy. The Internet of Things is exploding. The need for less packaging to please environmentalists is now a must. Those themes all play to Jabil's strengths. Put it all together, and I think that too many of these windbags who opine about the Fed are missing the big picture. Housing is 10% of the economy, and it punches above its weight. A bull market in housing can drive the whole economy, even when the auto industry is floundering like it is now. As for Jabil assembling products that they've designed by other companies on a drawing board, that's only accelerated. In other words, the tailwinds from the economy right now triumph over the headwinds that fill the headlines. But you'd have to read the conference calls from these two former ne'er-do-wells to know that. But both Jabil and KB Homes are very good, very well run, and they got no flaws in them. Both are easy to understand. They're not Beyond Meat, which trades on news of contracts like the tentative one with McDonald's. And they're not Peloton, today's bus, which traded off sales, not earnings. They're not Micron, which is going down after the close because of worries about gross margin. They're simple, easy stories. No, Jabil and KB Homes, they're boring. They're prosaic American companies. Besides the consumer packaged goods plays on a day like today, that's what works, people. I don't want you overthinking this. As I keep saying, you do not need a weatherman to know which way the tailwind blows. Stick with Cramer.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.